Shaq. We're going to put him in the top 11. Are we kicking Steph out? Are we kicking Wilt out? We kicking Larry out? We kicking Duncan, Shaq, Russell, Magic? Who you kicking out, Joe?
I got to get Bean in there some way, somehow.
Well, you got to take somebody out. It's okay if you take LeBron, Jordan, Kareem, Magic.
No.
We're going to get him in, but we ain't going to get him in at Dale's expense. Chad, who y'all want out? Who are we kicking out, Chad? Answer the chat. Who we kicking out to get Kobe to top 10? I think it's hard. I think it's hard.
Yeah.
Damn. Errors makes it difficult. Because people are like, well, I can't take Bill Russell out. He got 11 championships. He got 11 championships and 5 MVPs. Shaq was as dominant as anybody's ever played the game. And Duncan, 2 and 3. A 15-time all defensive selection. Bird was the last guy to win 3 consecutive MVPs. Wilt won 4. Steph got 2. What's the chat saying?
That's another class to be in.
Yeah. The chat is saying take Steph out.
Take Steph out to put Kobe in there?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I don't understand why Kobe Bryant is getting so much disrespect with all these lists, with him being rated so low on those lists.
What's disrespect? What's disrespectful, Ocho?
Only the people that actually played against Kobe actually have him much higher than those that didn't play against him.
But here's the thing. A lot of this happened when Kobe passed, because I remember the very people that said he was a ball hog and selfish, they praised and lauded him. They praised and lauded him in depth when they didn't give him that praise and adulation when he was alive.
Right.
Okay, they think Kobe is top 3. So D Wade, who are you taking out of the top 3? You taking Jordan, LeBron, or Kareem out? Because you said he's top 3. That's what I need to know.
He ain't taking either one of them out.
Listen, knowing D Wade, just based off, he would probably take Kareem out.
The man that was the all-time lead scorer?
Despite exactly what you're getting ready to say, yes.
With 6 MVPs.
Yes.
With 5 championships.
Yes.
The all-time lead scorer. 3rd lead rebounder.
He ain't taking him out, Ocho.
You don't think so?
You take a LeBron out.
No.
4, 5. Okay, they think Kobe is top 3. So D Wade, who are you taking out of the top 3? You taking Jordan, LeBron, or Kareem out? Because you said he's top 3. That's what I need to know.
He ain't taking either one of them out.
Listen, knowing D Wade, just based off, he would probably take Kareem out.
The man that was the all-time lead scorer?
Despite exactly what you're getting ready to say, yes.
With 6 MVPs.
Yes.
With 5 championships.
Yes.
The all-time lead scorer. 3rd lead rebounder.
He ain't taking him out, Ocho.
You don't think so?
You take a LeBron out.
No.
4 regular season MVPs. 4 finals MVPs. 21-time All-Star. 21-time All-Star. 21-time All-NBA selection.
You know what?
3 finals, All-Star game MVPs. You taking Jordan now. 10-time scoring.
You ain't gotta talk. You ain't
7, 8. Okay. So I just want to know. D Wade said he's top 3. I just want to know.
I'm having a hard time getting him in there.
Top 3.
Hey, you know what? I'm finna ask him.
Cause the way you do it, like, okay, such and such should have made it. Cause y'all do this usually, stuff, Joe. Such and such should have made the All-Star game. Okay, if I take the All-Star team, if I put him in, who am I taking out? Ocho, we do this all the time with the Pro Bowl. Ocho say, man, such and such should have made it. I said, well, Ocho, who you taking out?
Yeah,
I get it.
It's tough.
So forget the top 10. D Wade didn't say he should have been top 10. D Wade said he should have been top 3. So with that being said, that means Jordan, LeBron, or Kareem has to come out. There's no way other around it. Because you can't have, I don't think maybe they did a little later now, but nobody would, they had, okay, but two guys at number 4, two guys at number 12 or 13. Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He probably what?
Again, I'm telling you, he's taking out. You know he ain't taking out Jordan. You know he ain't taking out LeBron.
Yeah, he's taking out Cap.
He's going to take out Kareem despite all the accolades that you just ran down. I guarantee you.
People don't realize how good Kareem was. Man. He was going to win the third MVP had he not messed his ankle up. Because go back and look at the numbers. When Magic won the Finals MVP, go back and look at Kareem's numbers. Balling. 33 and 14. That's what he was averaging. Yeah, Kareem had some years where he was 32 and 16. Y'all, like I said, just go back and look at Kareem's career. Look, I understand. A lot of people didn't like Kareem. A lot of people didn't like that he changed his name because he wasn't originally Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He was a very surly. He didn't get along with a lot. Kareem ain't take no jump. Go back. You did something to Kareem, Kareem was punching you in your face. It was really that simple. He rubbed a lot of reports. That's why he didn't get no job. That's why he didn't get no head coaching job. Think about it. All the greats that wanted to coach got an opportunity to coach. Bill Russell, Sam Jones, Jerry West, Casey Jones, Tom Heinsohn. There were a lot of greats. Elgin Baylor. A lot of the greats that wanted to. Kareem never got that opportunity. Larry Bird.
He was a bad boy, man. He probably had the one.
He didn't like the media. Players loved it.
Yeah.
The players loved it. Because I know the players loved him, Ocho. They voted him 6 times MVP.
Yeah.
So that's what hey, D Wade, the nightcap crew, Ocho, Joe, and myself. You said Kobe is top 3. I need to know who you're taking out of that top 3. That's it. Somebody's got to come out. You can't have 4 guys in the top 3.
And I'm gonna tell you now, MJ made the game sexy. He ain't taking MJ out of that.
Okay.
And then, you know he ain't taking Bron out of that. That man, every bucket he scores in history books. Like everything.
He got a cake, and he done got ice on it, and all he do is just keep adding more and more ice.
Every time he touches the floor. Yep. He making it harder and harder for the next person who wouldn't think they gonna catch him.
Yes. In the All-Star games. Do you realize the man got 21 straight All-Star game starts?
It's not gonna happen, ladies and gentlemen. No, sir.
Fuck Spurs, you piece of shit, man. Piss me off.
Yeah! I'm sick and tired of those fake ads and the blue guy moving left to right with the ×2 and -3. I keep downloading them, but it plays nothing like the ads. It's totally fake. Sir, you're what? The main event of Night 2 of SummerSlam is going to be the rematch of John Cena versus Cody Rhodes, and it is now going to be a street fight. You know what that means? Shenanigans. Just pure, unadulterated shenanigans left and right. I'm talking low blow shots. I'm talking title belt shots. Oh my god, I forgot about the advertising in there. We're going to be able to get it all, ladies and gentlemen. The ladders with stickers all over them. Tables with stickers just as far as the eye can see. Cody's bus just might as well make an entrance and then just be covered in all of his drinks. But I don't want to talk about that. What I want to talk to you guys about today is going to be this main event match and the possibilities, the outcomes, the theories that are out there regarding it. My name is Matt. Welcome to Assemble. If you guys end up enjoying this video, do me a huge favor and hit that subscribe button. I'm almost out of breath as I'm saying this. So let's talk first about the overall match. Does the match allow for interference? It is a street fight. The answer to that is simple. It is a big old yes. There could very well be interference. We'll talk about those possibilities too. But not necessarily. There is a potential that they just do a straight up street fight with nobody coming in to shift the tide in any way. It could just be Cena versus Cody and nothing else gets in between them. I find it very hard to believe this is Triple H we're talking about here, the king of games and game of kings. If there's a no DQ rule in there, they're gonna use it. But is it what the fans want? Is it what you want out of this match? In terms of the stipulation, is it going to be good to have it as a street fight? One, they get more freedom to be able to just use some of those weapons, but it's also potentially better than what we saw at Mania 41. That was a straight up one-on-one match, no interference, just a ref bump and Travis Scott. But it had one-on-one match, and it wasn't the most exciting. It was very slow, very plodding, very deliberate. If you go and watch the Mania 41 match, and then you watch how John approached the Backlash match with Randy, how he approached the Punk match, I feel like it's changed a little bit. The way they did the matches has changed because I think that maybe at 41, maybe they had the idea that John Cena will kind of do this very slowly, methodically as a heel, just not giving the fans anything, just where every single move he did felt like an eternity and it was super slow. I think that they learned their lesson and that they're not going to do that necessarily. And with the street fight, it allows for that freedom to be able to just say, hey, we can just throw each other through some tables, we can hit each other with the belts, and we don't have to just go at a slog's pace. Now, is interference a good thing or a bad thing when it comes to this match? Because we saw what happened at 41 with Travis Scott, making the slow Undertaker-style walk all the way to the ring, and fans, in large part, they were not into it. And we've seen all of these kind of crooked finishes, haven't we? The John Cena matches have ended just with a lot of chaos. Randy Orton match, we saw R-Truth get involved. Ref bumps left and right. Punk match, We saw more shenanigans where we had Seth Rollins and his guys get out there. Wasn't the Logan Paul tag team match? That was the only clean one, relatively clean. I digress. Interference at the end of the match isn't everyone's favorite thing. Sometimes even for me, I end up feeling like I'm just waiting for the ref bump. That was always kind of my problem when it came to those Bloodline Rules matches, is that I'm waiting for the story to begin. And in a Bloodline Rules match, because it's basically like a street fight, anything goes. And so I was always just kind of waiting for when the ref would get knocked out, and then everything would start. So then the match itself felt very irrelevant. It was just waiting for the ending. But I'm in favor of a street fight because I just do think that it's going to give them more options. What are the options? What could we end up seeing? All right, let's explore and unpack the first thing here because it's come up a lot. I flip-flop on it almost daily, thinking that they could do this, would they do this, and will they do this, and they probably won't do it. I'm talking about the double turn. Would I like to see a double turn? Like I said, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. I could see it totally working, and then I could also see WWE not wanting to do it, because it's Cody, and he's a big babyface guy. He does the low. How do you pull off a double turn? When we had SmackDown, we had the contract signing between John Cena and Cody Rhodes. Cena was taking the cowardly heel approach, which is a little bit of a variation from what he has done so far as a bad guy. Cody Rhodes, he came out being very much the aggressor, dominating John Cena, forcing his hand onto the paper and making him sign some words and scribbling things. I like that from Cody. I like that he was not a pushover. I like that he wasn't just going out there to talk for 20 minutes about how he doesn't like John Cena and that, eventually I'll get my hands on that dastardly Cena. No, he went out there, he took charge, and that's what you want from him. You want that just from babyfaces too, I think, in general. You don't want them to be cowardly or just kind of cautious and all of that about going after the bad guy and the whole feud. They want to be able to get out there and just start pounding on people. Sounds nasty, but Cody's going to pound on Cena once or twice, isn't he? But I got the internet going, right? You got guys like me all tickled because I started to wonder, is Mr. Cody Rhodes going to turn heel? He's being all negative, and he's got a frowny face. So he's clearly going to become a bad guy at SummerSlam. I don't know. But if he did a double turn, I can't see them trying to pull that off. If Cody for the next 2 weeks is still dominating, being the aggressor, and Cena is trying to be cowardly, it might start flipping things a little bit. Even during the match, because it's a street fight, you're able to have Cody be the bigger aggressor. I think Cena will take advantage of stuff during the match by getting the belt, maybe a chair, a kendo stick, but we could see Cody be the one to take things maybe a little bit too far. And that's how you could accomplish the double turn. If you're going to pull that off, and they probably won't, but if you're going to pull that off, you need Cody to go too far at the end of it. If it's just straight up and there's no interference and nobody else is involved, and they want to turn Cody or give people the feeling that he's on the journey now to begin a heel turn. Remember, with WWE Creative nowadays, they like to slow burn this stuff. You can't necessarily or want to just turn the page and have Cody become the biggest bad guy at SummerSlam. But you can have him go off the rails a little bit. Chair shots, repeated chair shots to John Cena, to the point where Cena's just out. And the ref has to push him off and say, he's done, you won. And then even post-match, if Cody wins the belt and beats John Cena, sure, there could be the big celebration for Cody Rhodes. But if he wants to change things a little bit, if they want to push that turn idea, then you have Cody decimate John Cena afterwards, taking him out in a big way. Just a visual of it, you're like, well, Cody really kind of feels like a bad guy here. And so if you did that and Cody won and then moved on, Cody could start to slowly play with this heel turn idea. He wants to get the ball back. He's coming across more of like he has to do anything and everything to get the WWE Championship. Comment below, do you think that a double turn is likely to happen, less likely? What are the odds you feel about that? Now, this popped up as well. I do think that because the Mania 41 main event was not well received overall, I think WWE is in a position right now with two-night SummerSlam, big stadium show. They want to right the wrongs, essentially. They want to give fans a better match. They want to create a better moment, a better story than what they got where Mania 41, the finish and the ending, it really did kind of feel like they just flat. It was just flat. So I don't think they want to repeat that. And I do suspect that they want to have some interference. So who could interfere? If it's on behalf of Cody Rhodes, and they're trying to stop John Cena, because maybe it's just more John Cena dominating Cody, and it looks like Cena's going to win. Cody could call in some help, either because he asked for the help, or they just insert themselves. One name is R-Truth. R-Truth has had the whole problem with John Cena, but unfortunately now it feels like R-Truth is very much away from the John. John Cena's storyline, and he is just down in the SmackDown mid card. And so be it. True.
One of the biggest frustrations I've constantly faced with crypto is trying to on-ramp my cash quickly. With Kraken, I can easily
could pop his head up, right? He did it at Backlash, and then they kept that whole story going even when he got released and brought back. You could do it again and just have John Cena maybe take out R-Truth once and for all. The other name is Randy Orton. Now, Randy's going to be in the Jelly Cake RKO roll match that he's going to have there at SummerSlam, and you could end up having Randy come out to try and help Cody win the championship because he couldn't get it done at Backlash. I don't feel like, of course, there's other names out there like Jey Uso, almost like the finish of WrestleMania 40, where everyone's just coming to the aid of Cody Rhodes. But I don't think that they're going to do that because it's already been done before. On John Cena's side, what allies does he have? He's got nobody. Like, I can't even say that he's got Logan Paul because I think that that's actually a match that they might tinker with post SummerSlam with John Cena. So in Cena's position, he didn't really have anybody. So when you go down the list of names for both guys, for Cody and Cena, and who they could kind of call upon or have inserted into the main event where it would make sense for them to help or turn on them, there aren't really a lot of names right now. I do think that there is potential for Randy Orton to get involved in that and RKO Cody, turn on Cody Rhodes during the match. Doesn't mean that Cody even loses. Could be halfway through. It's a street fight. But Randy could get involved and he could take out John and he could take out Cody and just level them both to set the table for the future feud, bigger feud between Randy and Cody. So the other option for me, like it or not, is going to be The Rock. Haven't heard from Dwayne in a very long time. Didn't get him at Mania 41, even though that felt like it would have been the most natural thing to do, but it got his proxy and Travis Scott. That did not work out for WWE. There's been no payoff to that. It's just gone. Now, I know how the internet feels. I know how people feel on the other side of this camera. Some people are like, yeah, sure, bring it on. Let's do The Rock's story. Let's get him involved again. And then there's a whole other bucket of people right now that are like, don't you dare. Don't ever do that. I don't need him there. Go away. I hear you. Just mapping it out here for a theory. I do think it's possible The Rock shows up because he's kind of the only one left that would make sense in this story. If you don't want to have a straight-up clean finish between Cena and Cody, they could do that. It could just be Cody hitting him a couple of times with the belt, get his final revenge, and everything gets squeaky clean. Cody holds the belt up, it's over. That doesn't feel very exciting, does it? And that doesn't feel like you got some big news coming out of SummerSlam. To right the wrongs of Mania 41, WWE could turn to Dwayne and get him involved in that main event match. Now, with that, let's just assume you hear the final boss's music play. He comes down, he makes his slow walkout, and he gets in the ring. This is then the big moment and the big opportunity with a lot of options. Rock could get in the ring and stay allied with John Cena. They take out Cody together, once again, just like Elimination Chamber, hit Cody with the Rock bottom, John Cena hits him with an attitude adjustment, and John Cena retains the championship thanks to the very clear direct help of The Rock, and Rock and Cena are standing tall. Rock's got his People's Championship, and Cena's got the WWE Championship. Now, if you do this, it starts to make me believe as a fan that you would have a future program set up between The Rock and Cody Rhodes, something that they have teased before. You're thinking, well, there's got to be the big payoff, right? It doesn't feel like The Rock is going to wrestle ever again, but you never know. It does feel, though, like Dwayne just comes out and he's doing these story pieces where it's just a matter of inserting himself where he feels it makes sense, where you get the final boss in there to mess around with everything, and then he leaves. Just like what he did at Elimination Chamber with Cena. And you could have a scenario where Rock comes in the ring, the two guys are standing there, and then it's the big decision and the big moment. And instead of The Rock turning around and hitting Cody, he's standing next to Cena, but then he turns to John Cena and he hits Cena with the Rock bottom and takes him out. There's also going to be a third option in here with this whole Rock situation. Bear with me, like it or not. Let's go together. So I think that if you did have it as option 2, Rock turns on Cena. And then that turns into the big moment of Cody aligning with The Rock, making it very clear the two of them are together. Cody needed to do anything and everything to be able to get the championship back and away from John Cena, and The Rock feeling motivated by that because he still wants to suck the soul out of Cody Rhodes ultimately. That's his main goal, but also he felt like John Cena wasn't living up to what he wanted in his eyes as being kind of under the umbrella of the final boss. So Rock gets his comeuppance on John Cena. That could set something up between Rock and Cena for even a confrontation towards the very end of Cena's run. Maybe he becomes a babyface once again. You flip everything from Elimination Chamber, where now you have The Rock and you have Cody Rhodes standing tall at the end of SummerSlam with the Undisputed Championship. And the crowd goes ooh and crazy and thinks that this is the wildest thing ever. Option 3, as I mentioned, there is a third possibility here. And the third one there with The Rock is The Rock does just that. Rock bottom to John Cena in the ring, and Cody doesn't react. Cody gives you the expression that he did on SmackDown when The Rock wanted his soul, and he was just dumbfounded, and his jaw was just left slacked open so big. Cody not knowing what The Rock was doing, that he wasn't involved in it, that there is no real relationship there between Final Boss and Mr. Rhodes. But Rock takes it upon himself, takes out John Cena. Cody then has no choice. Rock helped him, and it wasn't what he wanted. So then Cody moves forward because he's like, I want the ball. I want to be the quarterback. Well, I got to destroy this guy now and not do it the way I wanted to. Cody picks Cena up and hits him with the crossroads and wins the championship. The Rock just slowly exits and goes up the ramp. Cody excited that he won the championship, but The Rock was involved, and he didn't think that was going to be the best move. Doing it that way, you actually get a full story that you can work with for like 6 months. Cody having to explain himself to fans, to his friends like Randy. Oh, what happened? That he didn't call him the final boss. And it gives WWE a big opening too, that they can play with it if they really wanted Cody to turn heel. Not now, but later, as Cody has even mentioned in interviews, that it could be in a year, 2, 3 years from now. They plant that seed, which is something they do like to do, and they pay it off way later. There is a final option on the table, and that would be the Seth Rollins cash in. I'm not 100% convinced that Seth Rollins is actually injured. I know that there were videos of him online, and he's walking around with crutches. I know that he has done interviews where he's talked about his knee and that it's too swollen to be able to get a good idea of what's wrong with it. And I know that Paul Heyman has brought it up on Raw as well. I'm aware. But I think that Seth Rollins could surprise you with a cash-in of Cena Cody Rhodes. It's a street fight. Anything goes. So, why not have...
Hey, Ron, what's your favorite book?
That's a personal question.
At NYK, we are the pros with simple solutions for complex electrical systems. From starters and alternators to batteries and testers, NYK has new or remanufactured electrical parts to power your business.
I love the Super Bowl. It's something I've been doing since I was 3 years old. Everybody talks about the greatest shooter ever. Some people saying right now. And now I can push it to them. I know that nobody can reach.
Steph Curry entering his 17th season, and he sat down with Complex, talked about how much longer he plans on playing. Take a listen.
I do know I'm kind of just taking it in 2-year chunks, just to know, like, you have to give yourself something and some motivation to kind of go after. For us, like, I talked to other guys who have been in this situation where they've extended their prime, and, you know, there are more ungraceful endings than there are, you know, I tip the cap and all, like that type of thing. I just want to be in a position where I've accomplished, or I've put myself in a position where I can say I've done everything I can to, you know, get everything out of this game, and hopefully I have, you know, my health and the choice to say I'm hanging it up. I'm good. I'm not nowhere close to that though. For sure. So we got some more years from you. For sure.
Oh, man, well, Steph fans will love that. The rest of the Western Conference, maybe not so much. Welcome to NBA Today. I'm Vanessa Richardson, and, of course, from Lake Andrews. Joined here today in our LA studios, we've got senior writers Ramona Shelburne, Tim Bontemps, and we are also joined by Anscape's David Dennis Jr. DDJ, you've been around Curry for over 20 years. What does Steph's last stretch of his career look like?
So here are two things I could say about what the end of Steph Curry's career is going to look like. And that'll sort of be a testament to the greatness that I expect. One is no matter if this is 2 years, 3 years, 4 years down the line, when Steph Curry gets hot in a given quarter, it'll always be the greatest show in basketball, maybe the greatest show in sports. It'll be something that people will always be calling about and saying, hey, Steph is catching fire and he's raining threes, no matter when it happens in his career. The other thing is that at the very last game, important game that he plays, again, whether it's 3 years, 4 years, whatever, when he crosses half court, he's going to get double teamed because he will always be a guy who strikes fear in defenders until he, walks away from the game. He will always be somebody who will be a versatile offensive dude. And all respect to my guy Steph, he's never quite relied on athleticism and explosiveness and all that stuff. So he doesn't have to worry about that falling by the wayside. The shot will be there, the ball movement will be there, and he will be somebody who will be part of a team that can be at least making noise in the playoffs just by virtue of having him on that team.
And here David saying 3 years, 4 years, Tim, Steph turns 38 in March. So how can the Warriors maximize the rest of his career?
I mean, I think it's what they've been doing, right? They traded for Jimmy Butler last year. They've gone out and tried to get, talked about getting LeBron James and obviously some things that are more fantasy trades than real trades in the past. And they've made other moves to try to get better. We'll see what happens the rest of the summer once they get the Jonathan Kuminga situation sorted out. I think it's likely that Al Horford winds up there. DeAnthony Melton, who was there last year before he tore his ACL, could wind up there too. The Warriors are going to try to straddle a couple things, right? If they can get a move where they can go all in to get another star at some point, I'm sure they'll try to do that. Joe Lacob and Mike Dunleavy and the Warriors front office has always been extraordinarily aggressive in trying to maximize how good this team can be. But Steph Curry also understands, as he said there, that he has chosen to finish his career with the Warriors. He wants to play his whole career there, as he should. And so the goal is for everybody involved to try to have the Warriors be as good as they can be for the rest of Steph's career, and for Steph to finish his career as a one-team player and go down like Tim Duncan and Kobe Bryant and Dirk Nowitzki and some of these all-time great players who have I think the special way their career played out, where they get to win a title and spend their whole career playing for one franchise.
He said, I'm going to take this as 2 years. And I think what's great that happened last year when they traded for Jimmy Butler, they finally have clarity now. This is what they're doing. They're maximizing the Steph Curry next 2 years. But he also said it's much more players for 3 or 4 years. And so I don't know what happens after those 2 years, but I do know they have picked the lane. There was a timeline here for a while. They were kind of trying to bring along some Minga and some of those other young guys. You guys are going to be the sports, either kind of sports game. That's not happening anymore. This is now Steph Curry all in. We're just going to keep making trades, trying to maximize these 2 years. Why is he not investing in passing? Why are you not investing into one of the most incredible real estate strategies that's both passive and the highest rate of return? Now, I bet you're thinking, right? I don't even know what that is. And even if I did, I don't know how to do it. So 5 things I want to go over just quickly with you. The first thing about tax liens is it doesn't take a lot of money. The second one is, how do I find these tax lien certificates? We'll show you how to find them at our free training. You can do it right from your own house. The third one is, this is the safest place I have found to get double-digit rates of return. The reason that this strategy is so powerful is because the government mandates these returns. On average, we get 16%.
At the age of 37 in just over 4 months, Steph is the 8th oldest player currently on an NBA roster. Now, he will go down a spot when Al Horford inevitably signs somewhere. Steph Curry versus and LeBron James. And just in case you're wondering, the oldest player since 1960, how about this thing? Kevin Willis, you guys remember him? Ended his career in April of 7 at the age of 44 years and 224 days. LeBron was to play on opening night of the 2020-30 season to pass Willis. So in a league that seems to be getting younger and younger and younger, LeBron and Steph continue to be really pushed out the goal, both making all NBA second team last season. And to this day, do you think Steph and LeBron have one more title left?
Look, the last thing I'm going to do is sit here and count Stephen Curry and LeBron James. I'm not doing it. And with the parity in the league, who knows what will happen in the next few years. They can slide in, injuries happen for other teams, things like that. Who knows? I'm not counting those dudes out. But what's the most fascinating thing about this is the LeBron side of this. Steph, as we said, we kind of know what these next few years are going to be like. He's going to be a warrior. They're going to retool a couple years. They're going to figure this out. LeBron James, at the beginning of
February, we felt like we knew what the end of his career was going to look like. He's going to play with the Lakers for a couple years, try to get a championship, and that'll be it. The Luka Doncic thing, adding him has changed the trajectory of the Lakers, and it changed the trajectory of LeBron James' career. Now we know, I can imagine he's going to finish this year with the Lakers, despite all the stuff that Paul has said, everything's happened in the offseason. But the year after that, I have no clue what that year of LeBron's career looks like. The Lakers don't know. LeBron doesn't know. I don't know if he'll be a Laker. I don't know if he'll end up at another team with another contender. This is probably the most question marks we've had about LeBron and his career since the beginning. The guy plans out everything. Now so much is up in the air, and that leaves the possibility of a championship run, or who knows, as he closes this thing out.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the LeBron James situation will be interesting to see how it plays out over the next several months and over the next year to see where he plays next season and how this season plays out. Presumably he's finally here with the Lakers, but I think when you look at where the league is sitting right now, we had a team last year that won 68 games, won the title, had 2 players over 27 on the roster, and their oldest player was 31. And they just gave the 3 stars on their team, who are all in their mid-20s or younger, about $1 billion, felt like, combined in long-term contracts, right? So they obviously need some help. Obviously, see the Oklahoma City Thunder raising the Larry O'Brien trophy there. They need some help and some luck to be able to continue on and be the team that ends their that way. But if you look at how the playoffs played out, you saw the Pacers in the championship round with the Thunder, another young team with depth. You saw the Knicks, a pretty young team with a decent amount of depth, and Minnesota Timberwolves, again, another team with a young group, led by Anthony Davis. I think we're seeing the league trend towards younger teams, deeper teams, being able to hold up in the physicality and the intensity and the pure athleticism we need to succeed in the league right now. So we'll see about teams like the Warriors and the Clippers and the Lakers that are more built like that, as well as older teams, but I think we're seeing a bit of a sea change, and I think the Thunder finally are positioned to be the team to end this era fair to bid and create the next dynasty in the league.
So I could have sat here last July and said a very similar thing about the Celtics. I think it probably did in July. And then the year before that, I think he said the same thing about the Nuggets, who had won a championship and had this young core that seemed like they had just hit their prime at the right time. And we just keep having new champions. Like each year, we think somebody is destined to go be the next dynasty. There's another, they built for success in the long term, and each year it doesn't happen. And so as much as I agree with you, Tim, that the Thunder are extremely well positioned. They finally broke through. It seems like they could win for the next 5 years. All evidence in the NBA for the last 6-7 years has been that somebody else is going to win. And when you go, what is now 27-year-olds winning, and this year there's obviously 25-year-olds winning. Well, what if it's swing back and it's the old team winning? What if it's just the healthiest team winning? And I'll never count LeBron and Steph out because those guys still are playing at all NBA levels. And I think, look, if you said who's better positioned this year, probably the Warriors, because they're flirting. They're not trying to save for Luka Doncic's next 5 years. They're just in it for the next 2 years with Steph.
I was talking about LeBron and Steph maybe next couple. I think I'm with him on this year though. This year is OKC's year. I think that the only way that an old team wins is that OKC has like a guy who's 155 years old to that tends to race over the average of the team. So this team, they built sort of differently. Right, I'm doing it in my head. I calculate. I think it's a little different than the Nuggets and the Celtics in the fact that there was so little margin of error. You look at the Nuggets, they lose a guy like Brown, they do lose some of those people. The Celtics who deal with the injury or two, and that knocks them off. The Thunder are just built with these waves of guys and this depth and this youth that they can overcome this in a different way. This is the last dynasty. This is the final dynasty in the NBA, and it's a lot of that because of resilience, because of the fact that they have the depth. They had J-Dub was injured all through the playoffs, and they still won the championship. I just think it's hard to imagine anybody usurping OKC this year, but I'm not counting LeBron to step out. Maybe in the future if something else goes haywire. I'm the guy sitting next to your girl in the kiss cam. This game has got a lot more interesting. What? And if you don't have the right home coverage, you have to kiss your Davis goodbye.
Time to go coast to coast, and we have to make it an all edition with my guy Tim Bonchett in the building. Start off with you, head coach Mike Brown, on how New York is going to look a little different this year.
I like to play fast. And so we're going to try to play fast and make sure that the floor is spaced the right way. And then defensively, we want to have a sense of physicality without foul. We want people to feel us. And we want the fans to know that we're going to give multiple efforts on that end of the floor.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what he can do there. The Knicks ranked in the bottom 5 in pace last season. Tim, is Phoenix shaping up to their success?
I have great respect for Mike Brown. I think he's got a chance to do a very nice job with the Knickerbockers. However, every single coach that gets into the job is faster. So Mike Brown did that with the Sacramento Kings. He had a lot of success. The biggest thing the Kings did was move the ball and have pace and space with the Aaron Fox and DeMontis running pick and roll. Can Mike Brown have Jaylen Brown and Jalen Brunson and Carl Towns do that? That remains to be
Next up, Jaylen Brown, who was back in a lab in Spain after his off-season surgery in Mona. How goes there as the one in Boston this season without Jason Tatum, of course, that was injury?
You know, I think Jaylen Brown relish in moments like this. He's tried to play through that injury all throughout the playoffs, and I think he'll relish being the 1A here. But there's a good update of Jason Tatum. He's walked again. He's out of the blue. He's walking again. Said he's doing 6 days a week at rehab, and I think he's ahead of schedule coming back to Mediterranean.
That facility in the Mediterranean at the NBC sanctuary is pretty incredible.
Yeah, not bad. It's Philly. Jerry J. King is also making his return from knee surgery. David is healthy. Are you ready to believe in the Sixers of the top 6 team in that conference?
Yes, it's healthy, but also yes, that's like if I could fly or if somebody would wings or something like that. Health is just like in the metaphysical right now. There was like a moment where I started to believe in the 76ers, and then 5 minutes later, I realized that that should not be the case because I opened up and saw that Paul George is already hurt to start the season.
All right, let's talk Chicago, where Josh Giddey is still a restricted free agent despite averaging 21, 10, and 9 over his final 20 games of camp. I'm going to see if he get done.
It's going to be really interesting to see. And that's so we have 3 restricted free agents sitting out there that are in this similar spot. Josh Giddey, Chicago, Quentin Grimes, Philadelphia, Jonathan Kuminga with the Warriors. All 3 of them have interesting negotiations because there is not cap space out there in the market, and their current teams have a lot of leverage to keep them. We'll see if Josh Giddey and the Bulls can get some kind of deal done.
All right, well, time flies. It's been exactly 1 month since the NBA draft, and the guy that went number 1 had all eyes on him in the Vegas Summer League. Cooper Flag was relatively insistent from the floor in Game 1, but exploded his next game out. Signed that Summer League record for most points by number 1 pick. Our Marty Smith went to Fly's hometown to find out more about the main man.
You know the flavor. Go to Toaster. The accolades. Solution to the big, great Super Flag. I went to the furthest reaches of the Northeast to find out how it hit the roll of Maine. He was main attraction in the NBA draft.
Kawhi Leonard. Then there's Gordon, and it's Cunningham in at the 3. And it's Lillard missing.
Newport, Maine is a postal
So it's
state.
West with it. He brings
Some
it up for the
3,000 residents
76ers.
in the center of the
Still
state.
by 3. Leonard
It
goes
sits on the
on.
shores of Sebastian Cook Lake.
Leonard's gone 1 of 3.
Patriotic, blue collar sensibility. In a small town America.
Here's Hastings. Rodman.
Cousins
kicks to Anthony.
Rural Maine,
Here's
South
Hastings.
America, works really hard at it. There's like any got to rise above it on the national level. That's pretty. Lions basketball journey begins right here.
Hits of the night.
That's a guy you want to so many memories here. A lot of fights, a lot of fist fights, a lot of blood and here. It was a joy walking those walls and to be around that family now. I have such great memories having sleepovers here and playing basketball here and growing up with them.
Nothing soft about the putback there.
The book told me about a local entrepreneur I had to meet. Bob Bird, one of the Bears one-stop gas stations.
So Bob, you play sports against the high school kids around here? You don't play against those anymore. What happens if they think you get a free tank gas? What happens when you play too much players? You got a free tank of gas.
Leonard's had his second base hit of the game. That's what this coaching
Flag
staff
played just 1 year this year. He was in high school.
delivering the boys basketball stage. How about this for history?
That's good.
When did you guys know that it was a little different?
In middle school, never seen anything like that. Like, we didn't have a game to 30 points. Like, he'd have 10 every night.
And the 76ers with some changes.
I think the highest compliment I can give to any player is you're a great teammate.
Jason Kidd is
Coop
subbed
is a
in for
great
West.
teammate. Why are you emotions up there?
George picks him up.
That group was very special. You know, we talked about being a family, and sometimes that's a cliche. That group really was that close, and really was.
Up to 2 now for Philadelphia.
Everyone had agreed.
Westbrook against Kidd.
Flag is the biggest thing that ever happened here.
Here's Hastings. He's got 8.
Well, he went on to start it, defensively in Florida. Superstar.
Brady outside.
He's the most popular export from Maine since lobster.
Now Sanders on the step of Maine with this school.
He's a Latino. He's from a small town. I'm going to be able to represent the state in the basketball state. Kind of put it on the map.
Here's Philadelphia.
That's the shirt.
They're on a 12 to
Look
4
at the flag. On the flag.
And the call is going to be, yes, it is an illegal screen.
And that's foul number 2.
I mean, that was just great stuff by Marty Smith. Flag is the odds-on favorite, of course, to win Rookie of the Year at -190 according to ESPN Bet Sportsbook. He's followed by Trey Johnson at 9-1, and then DJ Exxon at 10-1.
Prices.com gives landlords the tools to manage your rental reviews. It's like having a whole team of views. Hey, Jeff.
Generating that lead.
And the bucket is good.
Prices.com. The list of plays.
Forcing his shot through. What a play by Westbrook.
So getting boards on the board, first star Victor Wembanyama hosted his own Olympic tournament in France this April. He really has. He's been everywhere, worldwide. Rudy's teammate Jeremy Sochan was in attendance, as well as fellow first man Rudy Gobert. And speaking of the Spurs, Tim Boston's released his rebuild rankings from the 14 teams who did not make the playoffs last season. It's not just about who's good right now, it's about who's building toward greatness. Boston's latest list of the best positions for the future. Number 1 is Spurs, number 2 Mavs, number 3 the Hawks, number 4 76ers, and finishing the list at number 5 the Wizards. So let's start with this. Tim, why the Spurs?
2 words, Victor Wembanyama. If you have Victor Wembanyama in your team, you have a chance to win a championship. And that's what this whole list was about. How close are you to winning a title? There are several teams, Washington, Utah, Brooklyn, Charlotte, that if they got the Cooper Flag, they might be number 1 in this list because of all the other young guys they've got. But this guy right here is an alien. He's got a chance to be the best player on the planet. They have to find gaps where they have Dylan Harper. They have the ability to make other trades in the future. They just added De'Aaron Fox. This is a team that when you look at that list, if a couple things go right, we can be talking about them going toe-to-toe with the Oklahoma City Thunder over the next few years. Victor Wembanyama's got a chance to be the best player in the league. That's why they're on top of that.
Okay, so we spent the last few weeks asking all the big questions of the offseason. Who's the team to beat? What stars are on the move? What's next for some of the league's biggest names? The TJ, you are done guessing. You're ready to deliver serious and guaranteed heading into the season. For years, my friend.
That's all I want to do. The deeper thing right guaranteed. Can I do that? Anyway, so the number one thing that I'm guaranteeing here is that Victor Wembanyama, piggybacking off what Tim Bond said, he is going to be Defensive Player of the Year. Lock it in. He was close to Defensive Player of the Year before he went out. Would have won that last year. 3.8 blocks and a steal at only 2 fouls per game. This dude, you are good luck scoring on him at any point. Playing a full season, you can lock him in as Defensive Player of the Year for sure. Next, going to the Eastern Conference. We have our Eastern Conference Finals matchup locked and loaded. Cleveland Cavaliers, New York Knicks. It's happening. I don't care about the wild card. Yes, the Atlanta Hawks look good. Yes, the Magic look good. But Cavs Knicks are fine with what's going on in the East. No Celtics. No Pacers. Giannis not being a factor probably. It's going to be up to the Knicks and the Cavs. One of these teams are going to make the finals. The other one is going to be left wondering if they got to make some real big moves. Finally, we're going where we started. OKC, the Thunder, number 1 seed in the West. Lock it down. They are on an island right now. Not only are they going to be the number 1 seed, they're going to get 60-plus wins, and I think they're going to do it pretty easily. They're going to be, they got a lot of health on their side right now. Chet Holmgren looks healthy.
J-Dub got that surgery. This team is better than they were last year. What's scary is that last year was the worst version of this team. Everybody's getting better. Chef's getting better. J-Dub's getting better. NCAA is going to try to win another MVP. It is the OKC and everybody else in the league right now.
Oh, those are some bold guarantees. Kevin, Ramona, let's get your thoughts on DDJ's guarantees. Ramona?
I mean, I think that award for defensive player of the year be named after Victor when he's all said and done. But that's not a long limb that you went on that one. The other ones, I agree with you. Probably those will be the Cavs and the Knicks, but there's a few teams that can make some noise, and I'm not writing on it to the Bucks off at all. I think in terms of guarantees, like, I still like the guy in Denver. You can say he's going to average a triple-double. I'm just going to say he's going to lead the league in assists next year. He was second last year. Trae Young was the leader in assists. And I think he's right there. He does it in his head. He does it in his head. I think Denver got a lot better this offseason. He's got even more guys to pass to that are going to put the ball away for him. And I think that's something he has done. Let's see him do it.
As far as Davis will go, totally with him on Thunder, totally with him on Victor wins the best player of the year. He might win the next 5 in a row. What I'm curious about is the Knicks and the Cavs in the conference finals in the East. We thought last year, all season, it was going to be the Cavs and the Celtics. Now that one of them made it to the conference finals, I am curious to see if both of those teams can get there. They certainly go into the season having all the expectations, as David rightly said, that they should get there. My prediction for going into next season, my guarantee for now, Miami Heat going over 37.5. I think it's the best number on the board. The Heat won 37 games last year, and they were 14 and 28 in clutch time games. They played the 5th most games. Clutch time games last season, they were 28 in winning percentage. That almost always evens out. They added Norman Powell this summer. They have a full season with Andrew Wiggins. They have a full season without the drama of the Jimmy Butler situation. I expect Miami in a deep Eastern Conference to be pushing to win games. Will be at or over 500 as well over the 37.5.
I'm just thinking about, I don't know what I'm going to do in the Eastern Conference without Miami or Atlanta in the play-in. It's going to be so weird not having those guys down there. But I might be guaranteed. I think I'm on board with both of them. I think a good, solid guarantees here. I'm with it.
Now, Rick Thompson, defensive player of the year, sounds good to me. I don't know. What do you think? Only that was first team all defense. That'll be good. That's going to do it for us on NBA today. We will be back next week. Thanks for joining us.
Here's Jordan. Chamberlain with the block. And they recover. And George gets to Jordan. Pass to Abdul-Jabbar. Rocket 6.
Track business mileage with the QuickBooks mobile app.
Second shot
And automatically track your potential mileage deduction. Copy that time and easily calculate deduction. Get started with the QuickBooks mobile app today.
He's just in his own head. Not much you can do to try and push through it.
And it's slammed in by Garnett.
How about the power there from KG? He can fly the best of them.
Westbrook against Kidd. And George gets to Westbrook. Off target from outside.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
Now Chamberlain. Here's Kidd. Yes, and a nice assist from Chamberlain. And now a 4-point Philadelphia lead.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint. And the quickness off the floor, the insane reach. One of the greatest shot blockers you'll ever see.
Kidd kicks to Chamberlain. It is good. Chamberlain got the lead up to 6 now for Philadelphia.
But not hard to see why they are giving up points on this one. Just too many good looks from in close. And he shows us all what the breakaway rim was invented for.
Can you believe he almost brought the whole thing down by hanging on that long? And here is Kidd. He has 6. McGrady outside. Here's Leonard. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
tough cover. He's so good at baiting the D into foul.
The Knicks making a switch here. Anthony's checked in. Cunningham, he's checked in for the 76ers. Leonard hits them both. A minute 20 left to play in the third. Here's Hastings. By Cunningham. Count it. And the Philadelphia lead has been cut down to just 4 points with a bucket from Hastings. Good against Westbrook. Here's Leonard. It's rebounded by New York. Hastings got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's Westbrook. And he lays it straight in. Now just a 2-point 76ers lead.
And if anything, Westbrook gets more aggressive against contact inside. He doubles his effort in response.
Kid, good.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And it's Westbrook with the ball. He brings it up for the Knicks. The drive by Jordan. Here's Anthony. Bank shot. No good. Philadelphia leading by 4. Oh, he really broke up that transition opportunity. Looks like it'll be a transition take by. And this is his 2nd trip to the line tonight. The free throw drops for Leonard.
Known for his incredible defense, Leonard's huge hands and timing really helped make an impact on that end.
Looking at who's out there now for the Knicks. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Abdul-Jabbar. Halliburton comes in for Michael Jordan. And Lillard subbed in for Russell Westbrook. Then for the 76ers, Doherty's checked in for Chamberlain. Rodman comes in for McGrady. And West subs in for Kidd. Shot clock at 2. Rodman, no luck. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. 76ers on top. They're up by 5. And do not go away, as we'll be back in just a few moments with the start of our fourth quarter coming up next. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
It's just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
A lot of times a spectacular pass is more impressive than a spectacular shot. This is one of those times.
And we're happy to have you back for more playoff basketball here in round 1. On the court for Philadelphia to start the fourth. Cunningham is out there with Rodman. Then there's West. Then it's Tracy McGrady. And it's Garnett in at the 5, patrolling the paint. Anthony against McGrady. Outside for Jordan. Garnett with the block. Rebound by DeMarcus Cousins. Knicks trail by 5. Anthony down low. He's against Garnett. Here's Jordan. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Dennis Rodman picks one up. And what's your take, guys, on the hustle stats for Philadelphia?
Great heads-up defensive play tonight, creating offensive opportunities for themselves by forcing deflections.
Another place they've had the upper hand tonight is in transition. They've gotten a bunch of their points off the fast break.
West up on top. Goodbye, Lillard. And it's McGrady that time on the assist from West. And the 76ers lead by 5. And Tom Thibodeau decides to call timeout. Wants to make sure everybody's coordinated and intent. Now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Thanks, guys. I listened to Tom Thibodeau talking to his team during the break. He said to his guys, we need to push the pace more. Come on, guys, we're at our best when we're attacking in transition. Energy up now. Back to you guys.
Thanks so much, David. The shot by Anthony, no good. The 76ers leading by 5. But great. The shot's good on the assist by West. West has got his 3rd assist on the night.
You can't lose a shooter like him on the court. The ball will find its way to him, and he will drill a 3 each time.
Cunningham against George. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And you know, George is a tough cover. The length, the range, smooth athlete, very difficult to match up with.
A different look for New York. Hastings, he's checked in for Cousins. Abdul-Jabbar comes in for Carmelo Anthony. And Russell Westbrook subbed in for Damian Lillard. Then for the 76ers, Chamberlain's checked in for Rodman. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Cunningham. And it's Kidd in for West. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Very difficult to just stop Kawhi inside. He's a powerful player who commits to his attacks.
Both free throws good from Kawhi Leonard. And it's Westbrook with the ball. He brings it up for the New York Knicks. 9-point game. And such a nice move to make the basket work.
I love the power behind Westbrook's finish. He just dares the defense to get in his way.
McGrady outside. From downtown. No good.
That is not a guy you want to allow open looks for Rain. Lucky for the defense, he just couldn't get it to go.
Here's Westbrook. Oh, look at 40.
That is a monster finish. This is something that West just takes pride in. Loves nailing these important shots.
Awesome display of athleticism captured by your AT&T 5G Slam Cam. McGrady outside. Kidd passes to Leonard. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Knicks trail by 5. There's 1:54 left in the 4th quarter. And it's blocked! And he keeps control of the ball. McGrady with the ball. George picks him up. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2.
Meeting the defense with power. McGrady holds nothing back and finishes in motion.
So the first one drops, and that increases their lead to 6. Both free throws here. So now it's a 7-point game.
Taking full advantage of his opportunities at the line to extend their lead.
And Tom Thibodeau decides to call timeout. Clearly, he's got something his players need to hear. And immediately. Outside Westbrook. Pass to Hastings. Shoots over Chamberlain. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. 23 points for the franchise. Philadelphia leading by 5. Kidd passes to Garnett. Over Abdul-Jabbar. It's Kareem Abdul-Jabbar with the rebound. Abdul-Jabbar's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Westbrook against Kidd. Good defense by Kidd. Over Westbrook. Another miss by Philadelphia.
Now, I understand that that shot didn't go down, but they will take that look every trip down the floor.
Pass to Hastings. It's stolen by Garnett. And now Kidd pushing it up. No one back to stop him. And good that time. And the 76ers lead by 7.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
No let up with these guys. They're going for the throat now. Got to find easier shots when you're already struggling. That's not going to get it.
He lobs up the alley-oop pass. Here's Westbrook. Here's Abdul-Jabbar. The rebound by Garnett. So the 76ers win it. A pretty good feeling right now for them to be out in front like this in the series.
You know, Kevin, momentum so critical. And you know...
Struggling on unemployment, back on the